If you had just 1 minute, to be skeptical, what would you say? What ideas would you produce? This is 1 Minute Skeptic.
What is the shape of the Earth?
Despite what the current line of flat earthers would like us to believe, Terra is neither flat nor a perfect sphere. It's an oblate spheroid, a shape that is mostly spherical but bulges either at the poles or at the equator. Terra is 42.6 kilometers larger in diameter just below the equator than at the poles. As for how we know, sailors have been aware of this for nearly as long as we've been able to sail. It wasn't until Eratosthenes in the 3rd century BCE that we had a reasonable estimate of how big it was after he and an assistant measured the shadows of sticks placed in the ground at Syene and Alexandria. He was off by a bit, but he is to be forgiven. He was missing a critical piece of data. Aristarchus gave us a distance between Terra and Sol at about the same time, but then every sailor everywhere with any experience away from shore could have told you the same, as they regularly observe things coming over the horizon, which wouldn't exist if the Earth was flat. 1700 years later, we have Galileo, who observed the shapes of the other planets, as well as Luna. If all those are spherical, then why would Earth be different? The answer is that it shouldn't, unless the laws of physics, which worked very well for the rest of the universe, including Earth, should not include Earth when it comes to the shape of the planet. His work was followed up by Sir Isaac Newton, who gave us the laws of gravity, which predicted that anything over a certain mass and size would, by the influence of its own internal gravity, pull themselves into a spheroid shape. But wait, isn't the Earth bigger around the middle? Yes it is. That's because of the gravitational influence of our nearest neighbor, Luna. The huge monster of a moon in orbit around us provides not only a bulge in Earth's shape, but slows our rate of rotation. There's a really long video in there, but since this is the 1 Minute Skeptic, I will defer that until later. Please note that I haven't even gone to the modern age, in which photography plays a role in looking at our planet, or the math of Pythagoras, NASA and the moon missions, all of which provide more direct evidence of the assertion here. I do this by intent because the first thing I hear when space photography is mentioned is a pile of conspiracy theories. There are other things that one can observe directly if one wants to do a bit of traveling, like the directionality of stars in the northern or southern hemisphere, or that you can see the same stars from anywhere south of the equator and different ones completely north of it. Of course, on a flat Earth, one could look to whichever pole is at the center and see the same stars in different orientation. Looking the other way, one wouldn't even be looking in the same direction if one was in, say, Australia and the other in South Africa. Yet they see the same stars every time. The Earth isn't flat, gravity works, and we did go to Luna.
This has been the 1 Minute Skeptic. Post your questions to our skeptics in the comment section below, or we'll push you off the edge of the Earth.